when I was in primary school, I stood up for myself and we fought. I told him, I say, let's square, let's get this done. Meet me at the park. Yeah. Test.
1 2 1 2.
All right.
Welcome one.
Welcome many.
Bro.
Go on.
This is Dumplings and Somethings, your favorite space with your favorite Blasian couple.
Good level.
Come in, take your legs off, take your shoes off, grab a drink, and we talk about the dumplings in life, and hopefully you learn something.
How does one take their legs off?
Prosthetics. I'm your host Darnzi, Darnell,
Mr. T.
Yukichai. Are we here to talk to you today? Nice.
Same as usual.
How you doing, bro?
Doing good.
On this good March Sunday.
Let me check. All right, we good. On a Sunday.
Loving the haircut, by the way.
An easy Sunday afternoon.
So I was loving your haircut.
Appreciate it. I'm trying to get used to it. It reminds me of primary school days.
You had to go to school with a bald head?
Yeah. Kids,
Yeah.
like little boys gotta shave their head.
Yeah, actually, we used to have
Long hair.
We had rules and stuff. That created a lot of problems in back home.
Yeah, rebels.
Yeah, but like that used to reach on like newspapers and stuff.
Oh,
Like the kids coming to school, like the new school year with different hairstyles, and the teachers telling them they have to cut it and stuff.
yeah.
But some of it used to be coming from ethnic backgrounds, and they would be like,
Ah.
"Why you want to cut their hair every minute?" You know.
Yeah.
I was also
In Asia, there's no running. It's just an extra inch. The school board's gonna cut your hair.
You guys had uniforms in school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have uniform. We have rules. Hygiene rules.
Hygiene rules for
Generally, like hair, nails,
okay.
whatnot. Do they call it hygiene rules? So that you look
code of conduct.
clean. Code of conduct. Yeah.
Alright, cool.
You know?
We also had rules, and my parents particularly, they would also be. My parents, even though we are black, my parents don't like black hairstyles. They like corporate look,
Right.
short,
Clean,
low,
buzz cut.
clean, buzz cut. Maybe not so military, but like businessman type of haircuts.
Yeah.
So that was always the vibe.
The rule of thumb.
The rule of thumb. I remember when when I started university and I moved out, I just wanted to be rebellious, so I did almost everything I could do with my hair. Grew a dreadlocks.
Same, man.
Had like a.
You try to grow a dreadlock. I try to grow an extra inch.
I grew a dreadlock, but it was just on the top. It was actually me being very rebellious.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool.
Okay.
It wasn't my favorite hairstyle though. I had a twist out.
Yeah.
My best friend at the time, she used to twist my hair when it was longer because I had a big afro.
Yeah.
And when she opens out the twist in the different plaits,
So you got a fro.
I had a nice twisty fro. I used to love it, bro.
Yeah.
I felt exotic.
Kind of cool.
I felt exotic.
I tried to make a mohawk out of my hair.
A mohawk. Do you have a picture of it?
Nah, I don't have.
Are we talking about like extreme rock?
Oh, sorry, no, that
mohawk
was
or, like-
primary school. No, primary school, no. That was still days of innocence. I think about high school, that was the real rebellious days.
Alright.
I managed to grow maybe a couple more inches and then try to wax it up to make it like a mohawk. That's a cheap mohawk. It's not like real punk.
Do you have a photo documentary?
Nah, I don't.
Nah, that'll be sick.
Rebellious days.
That'll be sick. That is sick. Yeah, alright, let's go down that tangent for a little while. In school, because we wore uniforms,
Yeah.
because you're wearing a uniform, you don't really have that much of individuality to show as a student.
Exactly.
And people would try to find every way that they could show their individuality by
Damn right.
having different color backpacks to like maybe adding something or a bit of rebellion to their sneakers or something.
Are we talking about primary school or high school now?
I'm talking about high school right now.
Ooh, high school. Okay, this might come off a bit misogynistic. I mean, it will be. It's coming
What's
from
up?
a man. Girls wearing colored bras.
colored bras like underneath their white shirts.
Exactly. It's see-through. Like they just
they-
walk around like that. And then,
so
and then guys,
the teachers never pull them up on that?
yeah, there are disciplinaries where they come up. But the thing is, okay, just a bit of a disclaimer. I'm not rich. I went to a private school.
Ooh.
So every children has some kind of privilege. Right? Girls, they get away for wearing colored bras. But if you go to a government school, it's a whole
You can't
different
wear
story.
colored bra in a
No,
government
no.
school, bro. Back home,
Driving the boys nuts.
yeah, because we're gonna be talking, bro. No, bro. I remember because we wore uniforms.
Yeah.
We used to I used to wear a tie.
Yeah.
To high school.
Yeah.
We would
I
tie
too.
our ties in special ways to step out to look different, or we would iron our shirts
Right.
in ways that you could have like a Spider-Man or a web type of print when you iron it on the back. I would look for a picture, bro, but we used to find different ways to be individual, especially when it came to shoes. You're supposed to have for boys plain black shoes.
Plain white. Plain black.
Plain black shoes.
Ah, interesting.
But guys would buy shoes with just a little hint
I have
of
plain
white and
whites.
see how much they could push the boundaries. Girls would wear plain whites.
No, we have to wear plain whites. No blacks.
Yeah.
Wait, no, private school. I had to wear black shoes. Yes.
What was it?
When I was in Chinese school, everything was all white, all clean, sparkly white.
All right, so I have a private school question because I've never been to a private school.
Yeah.
What is the curriculum like? Is it this is high school, yeah?
High school.
So is it like a regular government curriculum, but then you guys get an extra few stuff to stand out
Yes.
from the regulars?
But the thing is, my institution also has
institution.
institution
I know what you mean.
or
I know
school.
what you mean. I know what you mean.
Do I call it? Can I call it institution? Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, institution. Yeah. My school also has an international program where you have to do A levels. I can't afford that. That's twice the price of what I'm already paying a lot for.
Government schools don't have A levels.
No, this is actually a private school that has both government syllabus and private syllabus, international syllabus.
I don't get it. So why do you have to go to a private school but still do a government syllabus? Why would you just do...
The standard of education is a lot high. It's a lot better.
I get that.
A lot more improved.
I get that.
Why do I go to a private school to study a government syllabus?
Is it like networking or something?
It's not networking. It's just basically the system is just set up better than the government school because the teachers are paid well.
So
better.
You mean you're saying that the student who went to the private school, even though it's the government syllabus,
Quality of education is a lot better. Yes.
Okay, now I get it.
Because they are teaching in government schools. It really depends on school to school. But the school that's in my area where I lived is famed for bad quality.
Interesting.
So there are gangsters, whatnot. Typical school.
Back home, we have government schools, naturally. We have very few private schools. And we have government-assisted schools, which are like upper echelon, but it's government schools.
Government. We have in the city as well. It's called a Methodist school. Kind of like a Christian school. So very often how should I say this?
Religious schools?
It is religious, but I meant the delinquents are more suppressed. The rebellious kids are more suppressed than government schools. They let loose. There's no control. In a Christian school, at least you have some kind of medium that controls bad behavior. Ish. That's what I assume, because it's Christian school.
Christians could be rebellious.
Christian schoolgirls may not be as wildly expressive as. They freaky. They freaky somewhere down,
Have
deep
you heard
down.
the story about Catholic schools?
Yeah. I heard. Up there, there's a rumor of Catholic school kids are a lot more freaky down underneath.
Yeah.
Because they suppress their urge.
Yeah.
So government schools kind of just let it go. So, but that's what I say. It's a lot more controlled. Only when they leave the school is when the freak comes out. But in the school,
some of them
they do it in the shadows. I don't know. Whatever.
In the school, they definitely do it in the shadows.
Oh, for sure. Oof. But it's not out in the open. That's what I say. So very often, academically, they are still doing what they do. But in a government school, they don't give a shit. The system is crumbled in some ways. The more studious type would still continue to study, try to get their grades up, and try to leave the school as good as possible. But more than half is usually, kids. We're trying to be kids.
Our government schools, we have actually very good government schools, and then we have schools that would be quote unquote seen as more of a delinquent
school. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I was never an academic student in high school or primary school. I often had to go to extra classes, but that's a deeper story for
me too. Sometime, yeah.
And these extra classes, we used to call them lessons. We call them after school lessons.
After school or detention?
No, not detention. No. It wasn't because of being punished. It was more about my teachers
catching up your studies.
Yeah, trying to catch up.
Yeah.
And I've been to very good private schools for lessons, and like more, as you just described, more delinquent government schools for lessons. Yeah. And the quality of conversation that you just spoke about with the teachers is different.
Yeah, for example, definitely.
When I went to lessons in like lower standard government schools, the teachers, the way that they speak to the students, it's always like, this is what you need to do to pass your exam.
They don't know how to bend the rules. It's
more about they have such a lower standard. The teachers have such a lower standard on the students that they just tell the students, this is what you need to do to pass the exam.
Right.
But when I went to like a different, more upper echelon private school for lessons,
they teach.
And their situation is, this is what you have to do to come first in your exam.
Right.
So you see the difference? One is talking about just passing, and the other one is talking about excellency.
Well, I would say, to put it simply, one just I call it textbook teaching and real teaching in a way.
And that's actually a good example.
So on a lower grade school, they try to teach you by textbook, and then if you don't get it, that's it. It's end of story. But the other one will teach you, maybe
try even harder with you.
Might even go around the corners. Not go around corner. That's not the right way.
Yeah, I think that's a good way.
No, going around the corner means cut corners. Cut corners is not the way. But they try to be creative with teaching.
Just being a dick right now. Going around a corner means going around the corner. Cutting a corner is cutting a corner.
Two different things?
Yeah.
All right, fine. So, going around a corner, maybe. Yeah. Cut corners is not the right way to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, they try to be more wholesome in teaching.
Okay. They make an extra effort.
Yes,
I definitely agree. I've had those two situations.
Because you ain't paid enough to deal with, firstly, the behavior of the students already.
Teachers have difficult jobs, not just being educators, but
babysitters.
They're also babysitters, bro.
Damn right.
Because some of these kids, honestly, come from households where it may not have a very good standard of
upbringing. Yeah.
And they expect, and they kind of just want the teachers to raise their kids.
Yeah.
And teachers have so much to deal with. A teacher's life is not easy.
No, never.
It's really not.
And yet the government's not paying enough for the teachers. It's kind of sad.
Kinda.
Yeah.
It
is sad. It is sad.
All right, but respect to all teachers out there. We love you. All my teachers. I know I gave you a hard time. I love you.
It might be difficult for one of my teacher. I mean, although she did.
We had some of them that was
she was really cutthroat with me.
She was mean.
She was mean.
I get you. I had some of them.
I was levitated.
Do you guys have corporal punishment in school?
Corporate punishment? How?
Where you get strokes. You get strokes.
Oh yeah. From a rattan. Yeah.
A rattan is like a stick.
Yeah, a stick like a kind of like a flexible bamboo stick.
Yeah.
Like a thin one, like a 10 millimeter stick. Sometimes, occasionally, might get thicker. That's too far when that's when we go too far.
Let's pause and come right back to this story.
All right.
I feel like we have some juicy stuff.
How do we do this? All right.
All right, bro. Now that we're back, before we continue talking about what discipline was like in high school and primary
discipline.
School, what are we eating here today?
Eating something called a pork bao.
Pork bao.
or in
or pow.
or char siu bao.
Pow. Ooh,
Char siu
char siu
bao.
pow.
Char siu bao. I mean, you definitely know what char siu is.
Yeah.
You had char siu back home.
Char siu
Yeah.
kai fan.
Char siu is caramelized pork,
Nice.
grilled. I think no, smoked, grilled, and caramelized.
And this, just to be clear, because there's meat in it, it is not a dessert.
This is definitely not a dessert. Meat baos are kind of like breakfast or
I remember from last
meal
episode.
bun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Back to high school, bro. I remember high school and primary school. In high school, the government stopped corporal punishment, meaning like you get strokes.
Right.
When I was like in the middle of high school. So like my first 2 years of high school, we were still getting like punished. And in primary school, definitely. I remember, I remember this one time, bro. My class I went to an all-boys school, all-male school. In my country, like the more prestigious schools are like same-gender schools, yeah? And we were just being delinquent little boys. And one day the dean came to us to like discipline the class. And we heard that he was coming. So like boys, they would put like books in their pants, in the back of their pants.
Oh, before they get whooped.
Before we get whooped.
Wow.
And when he came, and because I don't know how they used to do it, but like he would hold your pants to like get a nice firm grip with one hand, and then with the stick in the other hand, and then he realized there's a different form here on your butt, and he's like, "Oh, you guys thought you were smart." It's just more whips. We just got
More whips, but the book is there.
The book is there, but you still felt that, bro. That shit came true, bro. Like what? Good times.
But that's primary school or high school again?
That was high school.
High school. Yeah, I was in private school, so didn't get as much punishment.
I remember when they stopped it, the teachers hated that. When they stopped corporal punishment, teachers hated that, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh my gosh.
In high school, it's not that I get away with punishment. It's just that I behave a lot better in high school. I was also busy trying to get myself on track, studies, co-curriculum, trying to get on to sports. I had very good role models. My seniors were admirable.
Football.
Sports. I played racket sports, like squash, which I took you out to play once.
You destroyed me.
Paused. Yeah, I had good role models. My seniors were admirable. They did not misbehave misbehaving kids. Some of my senior high schoolmates, colleagues, schoolmates.
Can you say colleagues or students?
No, I think I would say schoolmates. Schoolmates, yeah, were well behaved. Some of them were prefects, so I think I was trying to get myself on the right track. Thankfully,
I was trying to be accepted so much. I was trying to be accepted so much that I had no clique in high school. I just wanted to be like, alright, how I would describe this, if I see someone from my high school now, they will never walk past me straight. They would always be like, "Hey Donald, what's up?"
Yeah.
You dig?
Yeah.
But that would be it. It would never be like, this was my group when I was in high school.
I don't have a group.
I was trying to fit in so much that at the end of high school, I didn't really have that much friends, to be honest. I only have like 3 friends.
You're trying to fit into cliques. I'm trying to fit in to be a model student.
You wanted to be like a prefect and stuff.
No, I wanna behave right as a student. Also, because my parents spent a lot of money to put me in a private school. Thinking of the money, I'm already thinking, shit, how am I supposed to get myself on the right track? Cause
that's a lot of
that
pressure,
money is paid.
But what made your parents choose private school for you? Like, was that a decision that
private school is English educated, and I grew up being kind of like immersed into the Western culture, and I kind of like English more than my Mandarin, my mother tongue.
I'm saying, bro, when you were young, before you started high school, did they notice that you leaned more towards Western stuff? So they said, alright, let's go private school.
But up till high school year 7,
I know
Year
we-
7, the first
we-
year,
we have-
Form 1, Form 1.
Form 1.
Form 1, Year
Thank-
7.
Thank
Form
you for
1.
that.
Year 7 will be international grading system.
Form 1 would be British grading system.
Form 1. So I was in Form 1. I was in a Chinese school. This story might have been repeated to you quite frequently, but not to the public, the general public. I was bullied in school.
I still want you to find the address of that bully. We can visit him.
No, I do. I think I met him, the bully of my primary days. The bully was actually my neighbor. The bully, I also met him in college again, which I was a lot more firm. I stood up for myself.
Well done.
Then the bully, I stand face to face with him with no fear. I say, hey, if we have to fight now, let's get down.
Put him up. Put him up.
And but of course we grown up already. We haven't spoken with
No,
to
you
each
can't.
other.
You can't just walk past that, bro.
No.
Did he beat your ass?
Wait. No. It's a long story, but when I was in primary school, I stood up for myself and we fought. I told him, I say, let's square, let's get this done. Meet me at the park. Yeah, because there's a lot of story to tell. It's funny.
Bro, we here for it, bro.
Yeah.
Meet you at the park and then what?
Meet me at the park. Let's square.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we fought. We draw. We end up in a draw.
He showed up.
Yeah, he showed up.
Oh, he was about business.
No, I say we square. We're gonna square at the park.
Yeah, I know, but he showed up.
Yeah, he showed up, and then he showed up, but he was not in he's not chest up. He just knows that this is going down already, so might as well. Then I don't remember who threw the first punch. I think we would have just come together like Naruto and Sasuke.
Yeah, my goodness.
Like Naruto, Sasuke.
Yeah.
And then we kind of threw punches, and then
Was there a crowd?
nah, there was some kids at the park, but not a lot of people. Because it was kind of like our personal battle space. So we went man to man.
You had some chest,
That was
bro.
8. Yeah, we were 8 years old.
You had some chest, bro. You like meet me at the park at 3.
Yeah, we get this settled.
Whoa.
And then after that incident, I think my mom went to see his aunt because his parents are absent apparently. I don't know. He has, I think it's kind of like a, how do you call it? Like a child. It's not parentless, but the parents are somewhere, I think. So its parents are a bit absent. He's taken care by his aunt. So my mother had to go to the aunt and say, oh look, things happen.
How did the parents find out? Like you came in with a busted lip or something?
Kind of like bruises, but not very severe. We were 8 years old. Punches were kind of light, not that crazy. We didn't use anything. No WWE steel chair, whatnot. Who used steel chair again?
I don't know, bro. I
Triple H.
I don't want to say because I don't know which wrestler used to do it.
Shit, man. Could have
Is
a
it a
Triple H.
steel chair?
Steel chair.
A steel chair.
Yeah.
I mean the one that fold, the steel folding chair.
Steel folding chair. Steel
Okay,
chair.
my bad.
Would have been
bad,
John
sorry.
Cena, I think. I don't remember.
Dun, 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 dun.
So we were just throwing raw punches, and of course 8 years old, you don't throw big punches. So
Whoa, bro.
So after that, that's it. I never spoken to him. We never spoken to each other. I changed this private transportation.
Yeah.
Because we traveled to school together in the same private transportation.
Wait, so after you guys fought, you went home together?
No. No, we went our separate ways. It's like two animals fought each other and then they
Yeah, but you
went
just
separate
said you
ways.
use the same public.
We still use the same private transport to school as usual.
Yeah, but that day when you fought.
We fought. I think shortly after. Maybe I have changed the driver.
No, you're not getting me.
Yeah.
That same day.
The same day.
After the fight.
That was evening.
Yeah, after the dust settled.
Yeah.
How did you guys get home from the park?
It was within footsteps away. We live footsteps away from the park.
Ah.
So we just walk home.
So wait.
Nothing.
Wait. So did you like walk home?
Underwhelming.
And be like, so was it like walk home like, all right, man, that was a good one, or like how?
No. When we were done squaring, I think I started to cry because I don't like throwing punches.
So
So I just kind of teared up a little bit and I walked home.
and what did he do?
He also walked home.
So you guys were like walking side by side going, right?
No. We walk from through different streets.
Oh
to get home.
shit,
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
Do you think?
And
Did he ever disrespect you ever again after that?
the fact that it ended up in that scenario, it's just because he's bullied me in the private transportation with everybody else watching, because he had a bodyguard. He had a buddy who's twice his size, like fat, like chubby guy, who's also on the board with him to bully me.
Was he at the fight as well?
No, he wasn't there. I think he was a gentle giant, but he's not really the type that would like to confront. So I think at the point where
aesthetics.
it's kind of but I'm sure he's a gentle sumo who doesn't wanna fight. But at the time when I proposed the squaring, he didn't show up. I don't remember how, but after that they also split, like this two guys.
Alright, so I'll ask my question again. Do you think that the guy has more respect for you now after that fight?
I mean, now we could just see each other and say, hey, look, we were kids.
Yeah, but like, you think he has more respect for you now?
I think he would have regret. I think he would have regret.
After that moment, did he bully you again?
No, we never see each other again.
Yeah. That was the last dance.
We never see each other again until college till we were 20. We was in 19. We met each other in the same university, and then he, well, again, I told you I'm kind of like, I'm siding onto the whole Western culture. I speak English. He's more of a Chinese guy. So when he showed up in the English university, and then I met him, and then I spoke to him in English, and he felt kind of like, he's shrouding his or he's squeezing his shoulder. He doesn't look up to me like eye to eye, because knowing our history, because we haven't seen each other for so long, he felt kind of a bit ashamed. So I say, hey, look,
look at you.
Times changed.
Look at
we see each other 10 years after,
Dog, you left the imprint on him, bro. He came back
I think so.
with his tail between his legs, his ears down.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, Yuki, how you?
But I would say the reason why he come back with his tails between his legs is because he's aware that he's committed bullying. He's done bullying. So he's not like a true bullying. He was just a child at that time when he was insecure.
What the F, bro? I have more respect
so
for you.
So we see each other, bro. I'm like,
you never told me all those details, bro. You just told me you were bullied, but you never told me that you got the respect from the bully after, bro.
I won't call it respect. It's just he's ashamed of it.
Don't spoil the story.
Yeah. He's ashamed.
What?
Yeah. Crazy story.
Cheers to that, bro.
I say it with my chest.
Say it with your chest.
Say it with my chest.
What the fudge? I have to watch myself with you, bro.
Bullying. Well, I'm kind of the kind of guy who would like to, when it comes to really confronting something, I would like to go like head straight. Like it's either do or die kind of situation. Like when we were squaring, I say, you know what, let's fight to the death. We're 8 years old, like let's square, like let's get down. It's either you die right here or I do.
Oh, wow.
Let's get this bullying to an end.
Speechless, bro. We'll be right back after these messages. Let's pause there, bro. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I've never had these bullied stories, bro. I used to do
I was 8
in high school.
Yeah.
I used to
primary school. That was
primary school. In high school, I used to pay. Fucked up, bro. But I used to. We had government assistance where students who grew up in households where their parents couldn't provide food for them financially. The government would send like boxed lunches for them. We used to call them box lunch. But if your parents had a certain amount of income, you're not getting that. If your parents had a less than standard income, you would get box lunch. But the box lunch used to be prepared by dietitians. It was nice. It was really tasty. Every Tuesday used to be roti. So it's like some guys, the older students, would go get box lunches and go to like the first forms, grade 7s, and be like selling box lunches for like very cheap prices. And I used to be so wanting to be again accepted and fit in, because with the other students who were having box lunch, I used to buy a box lunch so I could eat with them and hang out with them and talk with them and feel like one of them. So like this older student used to always come looking for me and be like, I have the box lunch, you give me $5 for it. And I used to pay for lunch that other students are getting free. And it wasn't like hands-on bullying, but it was taxation bullying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really dumb. In high school, I look back and I'm just like, why did I do all those things, bro?
Same.
Just to feel accepted, bro.
Yeah. I was also trying to be accepted, but I was a little bit of an oddball. I think it's still the same oddball. I think everybody, every phase of my life, I seem to be trying to be. I was molding myself. Meanwhile, everybody had a clique, so it was a bit different. Self-exploration.
I'm in a phase of my life where I no longer try to be accepted by everyone.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that I want to be this outlier who wants to be a rogue.
Yeah, for sure.
But
don't need to be a people pleaser.
No, people pleasing is a dark history in me. There's a lot of that in me, but now in this mature phase of my life, I know when to put my foot down for people pleasing. I know when to say like, enough is enough. But when I say enough is enough, I can get very cooled, and I can like sever connections.
Yeah.
So I have to work on that.
Everybody goes through a phase like that, I would believe, because it's also part of self-exploration. Because you know your capability is of people pleasing. I won't say people pleasing, but you know, the trying to connect with things that don't connect with you.
Yeah, like for example, I don't know what grade is this, but when I was in Form 4, what grade would that be?
Form 4, that's 16.
Yeah. 16, 15, yeah.
16.
That was the most delinquent year of my life, bro. I used to be hanging out with students who were 1 year ahead of me.
Yeah.
They were actually preparing for we call it CXC. It's an exam where the exam you do to leave high school.
Right.
Yeah. I can't remember what CXC stands for. I'm embarrassed. But anyway, I used to hang out with these guys that were a little more delinquent, bro. And they would skip school. They would go to different girls or try to meet girls who are also skipping school. They would go by other guys who like
Typical.
to go to arcades and play video games.
Skipping schools.
And I used to hang out with them actually. And
It's
I remember
fun.
it was exciting. It was daring.
Exciting.
I felt like I was a bad boy.
Yeah.
I was being a bad boy. I used to take off my tie so
same.
that people can't identify what school I'm going.
Same.
And I would just hang out with these delinquent boys, and I would be like, that term, I remember my grades went lower than normal low. Like if my grades were low, it was low this time. And I had to sit with myself and was like, I'm gonna do my exams to leave school next year. I can't. I had one of those moments you had when you thought about your parents and the amount of money that they were doing. And I was so sad of always disappointing my parents academically that I was like, I need to try to get my grades up, bro. So I stopped hanging out with those guys. Most of them are actually now in like different type of services in my country, police service or military service. Some of them are not with us anymore, and
they chose a different life.
No, I mean like the past.
Yeah. But that's what I meant. When they were growing up, they also chose a different life. They went with it. We stopped and then we took a detour.
I dabbled. And I was like, I don't like the season.
I dabbled too. I mean, it's not like saying my parents paying enough for my education doesn't mean that I'm trying to be at my best all the time. I'm also distracted. I mean, I would like to live an exciting life. I've seen enough movies, and trying to do the things that are not normal in a school, skipping school, whatnot, all that stuff.
You know what I regret in high school?
Gladfully, my parents are smart. They also did a bit of homeschooling for me, so that helped me.
Homeschooling? What do you mean? Like they would just pick you up on your work?
No. They're picking up on my education.
Yeah.
They just at home they would teach me
cool.
additional mathematics.
My mom did that with me to prepare for my final exams.
Same. Yeah.
My mom, she is a warrior, bro. She sacrificed so much time to try to get her two sons academically where they are,
Correct.
she deserves all her flowers.
Yes.
Happy International Women's Day, Mom.
Don't have to do that. Don't have to do that specifically just on International Women's Day.
Yeah, she knows. She knows. We come from a
Every
culture-
other day. Every other day.
She knows that she gets her flowers all the time. What I regret in high school as well, that if I have kids, I would definitely talk to them about this.
Yeah.
I used to have a few crushes on a few girls in high school. Even though
Who doesn't?
I went to a boys' school, but here, wait, there's more. Even though I went to a boys' school, there's always if you go to a same sex school as we say,
Yeah.
there's always the opposite sex very nearby.
Yeah.
Right?
Funny enough, that's the
That's
story.
always weird, bro. Why did you
It's
do that?
weird.
So I went to a boys' school and there was a girls' school directly next door.
Yeah.
Directly next door.
Yeah.
And I remember, obviously, the boys and the girls would be talking. And I remember there were a few girls that I really had big crushes on, like huge crushes, bro.
Makes your hormone tingle.
Yeah, but the guys in school would talk bad about these girls, maybe because, they have braces or they have acne very badly. So, like people would be like, nah, she's ugly, blah,
She
blah, blah.
ugly.
I remember being silent and be like, I like her. And I never acted on it because I didn't want to not fit in.
Not fit in, yeah. So you kind of just like, yeah, she got braces.
Yeah, and now,
Have you seen her?
baddies, bro.
Goddamn.
Baddies.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them, now we good. Like, we still connected on social media, but we ain't tight
Alright.
like that. But I'm just like, bro, look at what these girls turn into.
Yeah.
I was
Puberty.
like,
Puberty hits back.
What? I definitely told myself, you know what? You see the stupid mentality I had when I was in high school. Whenever I have a son or a
You
daughter,
could have scored a braces chick.
What?
Who's a baddie right now?
A body with nice teeth. I would have told him a body with nice teeth.
Nice teeth.
Nice teeth.
Teeth.
My future kids, I'll be like, listen to me. Those kids that other people are saying are unattractive, stay very close friends.
Stay
with
very
them
close
because they are going to be CEOs and baddies when they finish in the next 10, 15 years.
In 10 years, you'll be at a different life.
Bro, some of those girls, like, I'm like,
Supermodels.
I was like, what was I thinking, B? What was I thinking?
Just because the boys say so.
Just because of the guy, just peer pressure.
Yeah.
Peer pressure.
Damn right.
You live and you learn.
You live and you learn.
You crash and you burn. Yeah.
Well, let's not hope we burn.
Yeah, Tim. Yeah.
Crash, but don't burn.
Crash but don't burn.
Yeah.
What about you? You had any high school crushes?
I think I do. But I guess
Bodies with nice teeth.
baddies with nice teeth.
Yeah.
Maybe nice tits.
Yeah. Definitely. And the acne thing, bro. I was like, everybody has acne, bro.
Yeah.
Everyone has acne.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Unattractive boys, they were chubs today.
Beefy guys. Strong guys.
Yeah.
And fun fact, some of the guys that were like praised by ladies.
Yeah.
Like all the athletic guys or like,
Yeah.
bad boys.
Yeah. Turn up unsuccessful.
Yeah. Unsuccessful. More than less unsuccessful.
I mean, it's hard to say because sometimes it's because you handed sugar in life, or in the other sense you handed lemons in life. Then you handle things differently.
Yeah, bro. I remember there was this one guy I used to pick on him.
Yeah.
Because he was so he was so nerdy. Big glasses.
I was picked.
Big glass. I had braces as well, but he had
You
braces.
picked on a nerd.
I had braces as well,
Yeah.
but he had braces, but his teeth was jacked up, bro.
Yeah.
His teeth was jacked up. And he would wear his school pants. Have you ever seen the show Steve Urkel?
Nah, I don't remember.
Steve Urkel is a nerdy guy with
Yeah.
suspenders and glasses. It's a black sitcom. Anyway, he would dress like Steve Urkel with his school pants being very high up on his waist. He would just look very nerdy, and he would always have like stuff in his braces.
Yeah.
And the guys used to pick on him, and even I used to pick on him because I was like, bro, clean up yourself a little bit, man. And
But
I remember seeing him some years after high school, and this guy was wham, bro. Muscles galore. I was
damn.
like, shit,
glow
that's
up.
the same guy?
The glow up turned around.
Bro, I remember there was this one people used to say in school, in biology class you learn about anatomy, and then you learn about sex, and you learn about sperm cells
Right.
and everything. And we were taught that the strongest sperm cell fertilizes the egg of the lady.
All right.
So people used to joke on other guys and look at other guys and be like, you were the strongest sperm cell in your father's sack? You are the strongest? And people used to be like, that used to make people feel bad. Like, this is the
Definitely.
strongest. And now, like, these
The
guys
big-
are like really
The big guys
CEOs
picking
and
on
musculars.
picking on the small kids.
Yeah, for real. So yeah, any kids listening to this, any teenagers listening to this, enjoy the process of high school. Don't make mistakes we made. Good?
Damn right.
Alright, bro. I don't have anything else to say about high school.
Nah, not really. I mean, high school was for me, high school was a different experience because I ended up in a private school. The privilege is definitely there. I've done things that probably normal government school students don't get to do.
If I could go back, I would do more.
Yeah.
I would do more activities and get more
Yeah.
involved in different things.
Damn right.
Funny enough, I would like to learn. There was a theater class. I would have liked to try that out as well. I don't know where life would have gone. If I didn't.
Would have been very different. I was involved in musicals as a photographer, so that's why my photography.
I would have liked to
came
learn
in.
music more seriously.
Yeah.
Because my parents, fortunately enough, they tried to expose their kids to everything.
Not music, but musicals.
Musical instrument I'm talking about. We didn't really learn a lot of musical instruments. And that is a big deal.
It is a big deal.
If you could play a musical instrument.
A high school kid with a talent for piano, he comes out, he's getting eyes on him.
For me, I used to
he plays a saxophone.
I really enjoy the trap set, the drums.
Yeah.
But not like a goat skin drum, more like
Western drum.
Western drum.
Yeah.
I used to love that, bro. Even to the point I still do, to be honest.
I think it's cool.
I told myself
Whiplash.
when I'm retired.
Whiplash. Have you seen Whiplash?
No, I've gotten Whiplash.
No, Whiplash is a film about a drummer.
I would, even when I retire, I think I would still want to learn, to be honest. That would be like a new little hobby.
Gonna need your own garage.
But I'll get like an electronic drum set.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, that'd be funky, bro. I remember going to church and watching the drummer and be like, yo, I want to do that, bro.
Yeah.
My mom, she saw it as well, but money, bro, we couldn't afford.
Yeah, a drum set cost about a couple of grand.
Not just the set, the classes.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, learning an instrument, not easy.
Nah, never.
But big up yourself. If you can't play a musical instrument, that's very cool, guys.
Very charming too.
Yeah, I remember my coworker, she told me she used to play piano when she was younger. I was like, whoa, you're a pianist. She was like, no.
I used to be a pianist till I'm 12. Gave up.
Yeah, you can play piano, no?
I couldn't now, definitely, but I can still read. I have to practice.
Muscle memory?
Weak. I mean, it's been 20 years.
I can't play piano.
I played till 12. I couldn't take the punishment from my teacher, and I gave up because the punishment was. And then I get a whip from a metal ruler on my finger when I get a mistake, and that was terrible.
Yeah, that's too much.
That went on for a couple of months, and then I gave up because
you wouldn't enjoy it.
It was a lot of. It was physically. It was mentally exhausting.
I get you.
Like emotionally, and getting whipped from my teacher.
Let's get you a piano now. I wouldn't whip you.
I'm an adult now with 9-to-5 job. Probably need to find time. Right. But I'm definitely sometimes jealous seeing young adults playing piano in the public. Very charming.
In summertime.
If I could play the piano for my lady.
Romantic.
Goddamn.
Right, gosh. All right, we pause there.
So this entire episode we've been talking about school growing up, kids, childhood. What else?
When you were in high school, you said you did racket sports.
Yeah, I played squash.
How long did you do squash?
Squash for about 2 to 3 years in high school. Funny story, because Malaysia, we rose to the world stage when we had a female world champion.
What's your name?
Her name was Nicole David.
She sounds attractive.
She definitely is.
Oh, wow.
I think she's mixed heritage. Strong, like Serena Williams, queen of tennis, but she's queen of...
Is she beefy like Serena?
Nah, no.
Less beefy.
Slightly slimmer, but, athletic. So she won world championship. The entire Malaysia kind of went on a squash craze. Yeah. But the thing is, older people cannot keep up with the intensity of the sport. Definitely. Parents bought 2 rackets. played for a couple of months and then gave up.
Wait. I see a lot of old people playing squash.
Yeah,
But as a
again,
leisure.
Again, it's very rare. No. As leisure for sure, but it's still very intense to the extent where only, I think, older adults with slightly athletic build who has the stamina would be able to play the sport consistently. But like my parents, they were nerds. They're nerds.
Well, my parents didn't play any sports either.
They're not exactly the athletic type. They do some exercises to keep themselves in shape, in form, but they go to swim, yes, but they can't play.
Actually, it's interesting that you just brought that up because in my household, I grew up in a household of 4 people, mother, father, nuclear household, mom, dad, brother, and myself.
Yeah.
I'm the only like somewhat athletic person. My brother doesn't do much. He can play football.
Yeah.
My dad doesn't do anything. My mom doesn't do anything. And now, like in their older age, because of them not having an active lifestyle,
right?
Now that has caught up with them because of like body pains and whatever. And I'm like the most athletic person in my family. And I ask myself, where did this come from? If everybody else is just like chill.
Could be suppress rage. I end up playing squash. Right. I think it's all that suppressed rage.
You're damn right. Speaking about suppressed rage, when I was 9 years,
to some extent, yes.
When I was 9 years old, my old man, he said, I grew up in a neighborhood that is somewhat questionable.
Yeah.
Back home, and to keep young boys out of trouble, my father said, I'm gonna get them into a sport to keep them active.
Yeah.
Right. So my dad, he came to us and he was like, my brother and I, he said, football, for American listeners, soccer, or martial arts, because there was a martial arts school very near to my house where we lived. And because we were watching movies like The Karate Kid and Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off, we said karate, you know?
Right.
And I started when I was 9 and I never left, bro. My brother stopped. I went on to black belt. My brother stopped at a red belt, which is like an advanced rank.
Right.
And he went on to football. And I stayed doing martial arts from then and still doing it now. Changed styles. Not doing karate anymore. Doing jiu-jitsu now, as you know.
Right.
As my videographer. But yeah, bro, I love... I think I mentioned this in the last episode. I really like community. And I love that type of space where I guess it was more of me bonding with the guys and girls who do martial arts and then learning that extra level of discipline and that mind discipline. Because people always think that karate or martial arts is about kicking and cuffing and punching, and it's a lot of mental, bro. It's really, really a lot of mental. It's almost like you have to test, your body goes until whatever point, but then at what point your body doesn't want to continue, and then you have to say, do I give up or do I push through? And that's why I guess it's kind of difficult for me to give up on anything.
It's definitely a combination of both.
Yeah. And that's kind of like a curse as well for me, because I don't give up on anything, bro. And sometimes you just need to stop certain things, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm always like, nah, just try again.
Don't give up, but only don't give up when you have a certain vision in mind. Not giving up while not having a vision of what the end is, it's kind of pointless.
Fair enough.
But I suppose you had a vision of completing black belt.
Yeah, but I got my black belt and I stayed in the martial arts.
You stayed in.
Because when you become a black belt now, it's like, obviously there's not one rank of black belt. You can be different levels.
Right.
And then there's also like this passing on of knowledge, you know?
Yes.
And like helping out other people in the community, younger teenage boys and girls who came into the dojo who needed some extra guidance, who probably didn't have father figures, mother figures. Or I have a father figure and I still learned a lot from martial art that my father figure didn't teach me.
For sure.
You know, so like there's also this giving back as well.
Yeah.
This virtue of giving back.
Yeah, that's not so much of I suppose you can say it, not giving up on community.
Yeah, it's community. Yeah. That's a big deal for me.
Definitely.
Some people, it's
definitely big dick move too.
Big dick move.
Big dick move.
How so?
Because you're very generous.
Yeah, but
giving back, taking care of people.
Yeah, but
I could have imagined myself to be skilled and also somehow showing the ropes.
Yeah, it was because I think because alright, how to say this and not sound too messed up, bro. I come from a household, even though I grew up in a little bit of a quote unquote rough area, my parents were well off financially.
Yes.
Right? So I was exposed to different things, the extra lessons, the exposure to different types of traveling and whatnot.
Privileges.
I was exposed to different privileges, thank you, that other guys and other girls in my neighborhood weren't as exposed to.
Yep.
And when they would come into like the dojo and they would talk about what their life is like, I would feel like this should be a safe place for them, and this is where they should find somewhere that they can just like feel comfortable here. So you would hang out with them and you would invite them over. It's like you build a little family. And I felt like I kind of had to look after some of the younger teens when I became in my early 20s. Some of them I still follow on social media. Some of them have gone the wrong way. And some of them, they still look up to me, but they've left the dojo, of course, and chose their paths. But they they would see me and they would still say,
dojo.
They say shodan. Shodan is like
shodan.
It means black belt.
Some like a greeting.
Adan is a different level of black belt.
Yeah.
So like they would see me back
calling you shodan.
They would say shodan, how you doing? And I'd be like, nah, just come down.
Shodan sounds like calling somebody sensei.
Well, sensei is a different level of dan.
Right.
It's like a 6th dan, I think, or a 5th dan. I was a 1st dan.
Right. Yeah. Cool.
Good times.
Catching up with old peers or
especially ones that kind of like when I was a teenager and they were kids, but now they're like young 20s, young adults, and I like some of them that have stayed on a good path. I'm really, really proud of that, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like we didn't fail some of them, you know, but that was it, bro. Yeah.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, it sounds good, but I'm not saying that to get any kind of praise. I'm just saying like that was the process. Like you learn, you become a black belt, and you give back.
Yeah, you see through different people and their lives at that specific point of time.
And kind of like when I if it circles back to like when I was a student. Remember, I was telling you I was trying so hard to fit in.
Yeah.
When they came, I kind of wanted them to feel like they are welcomed here.
Yeah, and they don't have to try too hard to fit in.
Exactly. So I think all of that kind of made a full circle.
Yeah.
Oh,
makes sense. Full circle.
Sounds like therapy to me.
Yeah. Well, I would say it's not so much as therapy, but a little slice of life. Yeah. It's like experiences your parents wouldn't be able to tell you.
You're damn right, bro. Experiences that my parents wouldn't even be able to teach me.
Exactly, because they never lived that life.
Or even know how to explain it. Because my parents, even though I grew up where I am, I grew up as a teenager, so I saw different things. My parents just went to work, came back home, maybe go to the park and walk around and exercise a little bit.
Yeah.
But I was exposed to being around people and being in different spaces I shouldn't have probably been in my teenage days.
Exactly.
And I've seen a different side of my neighborhood that my parents don't know. I've been in different parts of the neighborhood that my parents don't even drive and go. So I'll be like, yeah.
They probably got brainwashed by the media that they consume.
Exactly. My father actually hates the neighborhood, and he's lived there for all of my life, basically. And I love it because I grew up in it. I know it. You know.
Yeah,
all right.
Me too.
We wrap there?
Suppose we can wrap.
Or you have anything good that you want to end off? Something funny, something positive to end off on?
Well, I suppose we already have good materials.
I felt like this episode was dark, bro.
I won't say dark. It's funny to go back, just have a little laugh, how things happen, turned out.
What we laugh at? Besides you being a big chest 8-year-old boy.
Was a small chest.
Big chest 8-year-old boy.
Literally small chest, but like metaphorically big chest.
I think I kudos to you for that, bro.
Stood up for myself.
Stood up for yourself. Kudos for you to do that, bro.
Yeah. Otherwise, I was a crybaby. I was a crybaby.
And on that note, we call it a day.
Then we call it a day.
All right, guys. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. For those of you all who want to rock with us a little more, we're gonna start eventually creating a tip a tip box where you could probably support by giving whatever form of value you think that this episode deserves. Bye. You want to say something?
No.